So, with the Mario, what are they, remasters?
Yeah.
Remasters coming to Nintendo consoles.
Isn't it out already, actually?
Yeah.
What? It is out. It is out literally today,
Yeah.
actually, when
okay.
we're recording
I thought
this.
it came out on the 14th. Interesting.
This should be out in October. This specific one will be out in October.
Oh, okay.
At some point. But I just think because they're coming out, or came out, are out already, that I think it'd be cool to do a what would want to see remade, remastered, rebooted, or just on next gen consoles. So, welcome to the Arenacast. I am Kyle, and along with me is Jack and Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Hi, Jack.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
It's with your
It's almost as if we've been hanging out for 7 hours now.
we have. I thought we just got here.
Yeah.
Ah, sure, you're right.
Kind of blink and you miss sort of deal. I can't come up with a remaster.
Don't worry,
That's literally the last thing I need to come up with.
Remaster, I don't know how you see it, but I kind of just see it as like an HD port, sort of.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I gotta think of a game that I like that like didn't get remastered.
The remake is something you build from the ground up.
From
A remaster is
Scout
something that you just make.
Like
better.
Xenoblade Chronicles
It's a
Definitive.
remaster.
I'd say it's a remaster with
remaster.
added content,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
which is what Nintendo normally does. Because
Remaster.
Skyward Sword, not Skyward
That's
Sword.
remake remaster.
Skyward Sword. I
What's the
just
other
leaked Skyward Sword HD.
Reboot and port. Remake, remaster, reboot, and report.
Okay. So my first, so we have just on next gen consoles. These are could be games from any given era, just ported to any given console.
We're doing
pretty
port
much.
first, or
Yeah, port first.
Okay.
So
gotta have time to think of a remaster.
that's good. So I'll give you some time. So I'll go first. I went with the Zelda 3D games, more like a 3D collection. I think because you already have Wind Waker HD made, Twilight Princess made, and there have been rumors for years about Skyward Sword at this point, which I wouldn't be shocked comes probably after Breath of the Wild 2, I'd say. And I don't know, maybe put that in a 3D collection. I think would be cool if you're do it next year. It's like a anniversary for the Legend of Zelda, I believe. I think it's their 35th.
Oh yeah, it is.
So just treat it like Mario, because you have a Zelda game pretty much every year. You might as well. So yeah, I would just make it that game, so that way you could give Breath of the Wild team more time to develop it. Like, they're not the same team. Twilight Princess and Wind Waker were developed by someone else. I just forgot who they are. Oh, that's my dad. I am gonna mute the mic. Hold on. Alright, so let me just explain the rest of it. Like, I don't remember who makes it. I believe Grizzo was the one that made the 3D ones. I don't remember who made Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, but it was a different team. So that team could have just been working on Skyward Sword. It might come out next year with Breath of the Wild 2 coming out in 2022.
Okay.
Which I could see. So I think that putting this all together would be a really cool thing to do, because you already put 3 of the biggest like Mario games, I'd say, like apart from Galaxy 2 really being a part of it, and Odyssey. And yeah, I would just like to see them on Switch. What's up?
Sorry. Because I just went on Twitter and I saw it was trending. It was SBMM was trending. So my brain thought Super Smash Brothers Melee without the.
Wait, hold on. SBMM.
Yeah, no, apparently it's a Call of Duty thing. I just saw the
You're like
tweet.
Melee.
Yeah, I was like, my brain. Yes, Smash Bros. Melee is trending. I was like, yeah.
Smash Bros.
SBMM.
Melee Mastered.
Melee
May
Mastered.
Mastered. I was like, what? I really thought it was that. It was not. It's what Call of Duty or something. I don't
Who cares?
know.
Yeah. So, anybody have anything else to say about that?
I'd be down for that
Yeah,
game.
I agree.
I feel like that would entice me a little more than the Mario games, just because I like Zelda games a little more than Mario games.
Same.
Oh, I'm just getting these because I think they're cool on Switch, but I just can't get it now. So.
I mean, technically,
Yeah, until March. So.
you ever heard people say they already have the All-Star Collection because you just have the original games?
Yeah, Neil showed me something where it was like
Yeah.
I actually do have them all on there.
It's
I have
on
Galaxy.
two emulators.
I have Galaxy, I have
Collection.
Sunshine, and I have 64.
You already have it, man.
Did you know that people ported Mario 64 to the PC?
That is funny.
It's great. All right. Did you figure out your remaster?
No, but I have a port. I have everything else.
If you want to do your port next.
Why do you want me to do my remaster? I can.
No.
we're on ports.
No, we're
Ports,
on
yeah.
ports. I was just saying.
Oh yeah.
Because I have to go upstairs. And
I can wait till you come back.
No. You go.
Okay.
Because I don't know how much more time we have.
Port. We got to port Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yeah, that's good. One.
Like, because that game was made, you'd be like, oh, well, it needs a touchscreen. No, it's because 3DS only had one analog stick to deal with. Switch has two of them. So that, left movement, right targeting. It's simple, you can make one of the buttons, because it has extra shoulder buttons than 3DS, make one move the
Isn't
camera.
it like also gyro or whatever? Isn't that how you like?
Yeah, I think it was a little gyro. You'd have to use the screen to, turn.
Oh,
But you can just have one of the shoulder buttons. Just turn the camera.
That's true.
Like when you're on the ground, because that's
Yeah.
the only time you ever really turn the camera. Because you could just make it faster, because you can't make the
Yeah.
analog stick snap as much as a stylus, because it's precise.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I feel like the reason we won't get it isn't because of touchscreen or dual or controls or anything. It's that the game was notoriously hard to make. Like Sakurai even said, the development team wasn't super experienced,
Yeah.
and the game was a challenge for them.
But a port, they're not making the game, right? They're just porting it.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's true.
You
They're
don't have
not
to make
doing
the
it.
game
Yeah, but I feel like they would have done it, or they.
again. Yeah, but Sakurai, he was like, oh yeah, I don't think it's possible because the controls are just specific to the 3DS, so he won't work on the Switch. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, I feel like there's a way to work around it. It might be a little clunky, yeah, but
That's probably
to
why
that
he was-
to that I say Kid Icarus Uprising is clunky. Granted, I think it controls fine. This is the weirdest piece of shit game to control ever. You have to hold the DS with the left hand. You have to do this. You have to have a stand because your
Yeah.
hand gets tired. You're pushing down on your 3DS, so your hand, you have to constantly bite your hands. It's very strange. But it's a very charming game. It has a lot of Sakurai charm. Making weapons and stuff is super interesting. It has this graph chart, and it'll show you all the weapons you can make and shit. It has a really funny story. Ex-writers from SNL and The Onion
which is
wrote
that's why it's so
wrote
funny.
the localization, which is
Really cool.
even the Japanese version is really funny. They reference Smash Bros and Melee, but Palutena gets really worried when Pit does that because she's afraid of a lawsuit. She's like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Those are Kameidos. Those aren't Metroids. She's like, I don't know what those are. Or there's one character they because in the original game's localization they accidentally gave him an H. So his name was Thanatos. Or I forget. It's either he didn't have the H in the original and he was supposed to, or he did have the H and he wasn't. And he says he changed his name in the new one. So they're like, it's Thanatos. He's like, it's Thanatos now. He's like, I added an H.
That's so funny. That's
And then
awesome.
Hades is just the funniest villain in the whole series.
Isn't he the only villain in the series?
Medusa.
Oh, Medusa. That's true.
He's just a really well written character. Viridi's really funny. Dark Pit is kind of funny, especially his nicknames. Pitu or Flappy in the Japanese version. And then I don't know. I just think it would make for a good port. Remaster out. I feel like if you remaster it, it's just kind of like a. It could remaster it too, but I'm like, just port it.
Yeah.
I want the game. I'm like, just port it already.
Kyle, thoughts? Very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, good to know.
It is Poggers.
Yeah.
Yep, cock indeed, Kyle.
Yeah,
Yep, cock
yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
What else does he say? I feel like he said something else because when we first started hanging out here is when he fucking had the dialogue change.
Yeah.
It was yep, cock. He's always said yes, sir. He goes,
Yeah.
yes, sir. I feel like there was something else.
There was. It's on the tip of my tongue.
It had cunt in it. Yep, cunt.
No. I think it was like something like, I think like an M or something.
No Meggies!
Yes!
It was
Yes!
no
No
Meggies!
Meggies, that's the one.
How could I
Yes.
forget? His tried and true saying. Is that him?
It is.
No Meggies.
No, Maggie.
No, actually.
We asked your opinion.
Yeah,
and
we asked your
you
thoughts.
said Poggers, Yep Cock, and no Meggies.
Yeah.
It took us a minute to remember that you said no Meggies.
So what were you saying about Kid Icarus Uprising?
They should port it.
Any particular explanation?
He just gave it.
Yeah, the Switch is a touchscreen, so if you want to be like, it needs touchscreen controls, it has one. The original game, the reason it controls the way it does is it doesn't have a second analog stick. The Switch does. For when you're on the ground, if you want the camera to move fast, just make the shoulder buttons make the camera move.
I mean, I know
super
Mario
fucking quick.
Galaxy. All you need to do is click Y, and then he'll start spinning. So it's
Instead
not
of
like.
shaking the Wiimotes.
So
See,
it's-
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, if Mario Galaxy can get ported, then Kid Icarus
Yeah, I agree.
is of no concern. And yeah, so I think
I
it
had
should
to
get
put
ported.
something together for them.
Oh, okay.
All right, Neil.
Okay,
Can
I'm
you
pretty
figure out
sure.
your remaster?
I have a throwaway one. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this counts as a port. So like, you know how like there's the Mega Man Legacy collections?
Yes.
I want one for Battle Network because
Okay.
The
I think it's
Battle
like its
Network
20th
collection.
That does in
anniversary?
fact count as a port. Yes.
Okay, so yes, because
Because they're not remasters. They're not remade.
Yeah.
They're just.
they're amazing games.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of them. So bring them all together on the internet.
It all
Very,
comes
very,
together
Very difficult
in
to
one
find now, so
place.
putting them all together.
Pokemon Sun and Pokemon
on
Moon.
Moon. Yeah, they've done all the other Mega Man games. I think it's Mega Man's this year or next year is its Battle Network's 20th anniversary or something.
It's about time to show some
10th,
love.
something like that. Yeah, so
It's about time.
So, like,
Crash
let's go.
forward.
It's about time.
So yeah, that's it.
Fair.
I disagree entirely. I think the series should be died and forgotten about. It should be died.
Yeah, it should
Then
be dying.
I'm gonna go the other way around. Neil, what would you like to be remastered?
Okay, so I was gonna say Trails in the Sky, and Zero's already been technically remastered, so
Okay.
Trails in the Sky
All right.
because it's a game on the PlayStation Portable, so should be on a new thing.
Yeah.
It should be on
And
something
be-
other than
look a
a
little
PlayStation.
I
nicer.
agree.
Looks a little nicer.
And maybe Turbo and better
Yeah,
battles.
yeah.
You know.
Well, the PC version does have both things, but
And
Should
maybe
be on
maybe
things that aren't
Turbo battles.
yeah.
I mean, not Turbo battles. What I mean is I don't know, like better mechanics or something really.
Well, I feel the mechanics are fine because they're simple, but like it's the first game, so it's fine. But yeah, it could be a little bit better. But anyway, yeah.
No, just imagine. Okay, I'll say it later. Jack,
My remaster?
your remaster.
Because I couldn't think of anything in time. And since we're apparently remastering games that the PS5 is backwards compatible fucking to, whatever. Near Automata. Newer. More polygons.
Does it look perfect? Sure. More
More
polygons.
polygons.
Because apparently Devil May Cry 5 will get remastered.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Well, it's like
Well,
a
it has
special
Virgil
edition.
added.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just give
it's
it.
the same game, but like added.
So just put Nier in there. Why not? From the original.
Usually-
That's getting remade.
Yeah.
That's already.
Yeah, it's
a
getting
thing.
it's getting a remake.
Yeah,
Nier
replicant.
Replicant.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
what I
then
meant
if
was
want, I
like
could say you remastered.
I hope that
Nier.
game is fun.
I don't know.
Replicant.
Maybe there's like a timeline where
No,
Chibi
I don't want
doesn't
story
die.
shit.
I don't
I
know.
just want like I don't know some gauntlet thing where I can just dress them in crazy costumes and fight robots.
That's cool.
Or well, say
A Muso game.
yeah, just
Yes.
Near Automata.
Yeah, right.
Nier Automata. My
Game of the Year Audition 2.
My remaster that I would like to see is Super Monkey Balls 1 and 2. We already had Banana Blitz onto the Switch. and that one was not the best game.
I was gonna say, why not start at the first one? I got it.
The first two are so much more popular than that one.
They're like, nah.
And they're just like, nope,
People
if this...
don't like those.
But, and, like, you know, you didn't have to have, like, the jump mechanic, which kind of makes the whole game easy, especially if, like, it's not motion controlled. Like, the motion controls needed the jump button. But, like, you're now controlling a character and you can jump. You can essentially break the game of Super Monkey Ball in Banana Blitz. I just think it should be better, man. I just think that it should be those two, and then maybe we get a third one. I don't know. Just a thought. If those would sell well, which they would, I'd buy them day one. $60. I'd throw in money.
Hell yeah.
You know, and
I mean, I've never really played it other than Gamers. Was it Rise Up or Unite?
It was Gamers Unite.
Other than Gamers Unite, I think I played the one on the Wii. I don't know which one that was.
That was Banana Blitz.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, which is the one that was ported. So,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't mean to say this in a mean way. I didn't really like the one we played either. Which one was that one?
The first one.
I just thought it was. I don't like the way they play. They're not my kind of game. But Gamers Unite
fair.
makes it have a special place in my heart.
Let's see. You have Gamers Unite, and I have I think Neil has one. I just forgot what it was.
Don't forget, I also have Big Yoshi.
Oh, that was funny.
Big Yoshi.
I forgot what Neil had it for. I think it was like, oh yeah, I don't need to do something, or something happened, and then immediately.
I wish I could remember, but I don't.
And then I think
I'm
it was
gonna
like
come through all the videos.
I think it was during Crash something happened. It's like, I don't need lives.
Right,
Yes, that's what it was.
I said lives are for the weak.
Immediately.
Extra lives are for the weak. So then I didn't get the extra lives and I died.
I
Game over.
Oh, extra lives are for the weak. Game over.
I think you should do it. I'm like, no, it's fine.
Extra lives are for the
And then
weak.
after that, I never went out of my way to get an extra life. If it was on the way, fine. But if I had to go on, no.
You're like, they're for the weak?
No, for the weak, always.
And I have Secret Avalanche Eevee. It's okay.
Oh dear God.
So now we have remakes.
I'm so glad ports are reboots. I have a great reboot.
So Jack.
Yeah.
I forgot about reboots. Yeah, okay.
Oh, remake?
Yeah, remake.
Remake. Fossil Fighters.
Hey, hold on.
Ooh. What?
What's the difference between a remake and a reboot?
A reboot is an
That's like
entirely
New. Oh,
They're like, let's start over again.
Okay.
So
yeah,
like
you're
there
right,
are
right.
soft reboots like what
Yeah.
we had with God of War and Pokemon Black and White,
Yeah.
where like it kind of sort of wants to like redo some of the franchise, but it keeps
The
same.
continuity, but it's like, don't worry about that.
Gotcha.
That's over there.
Yeah,
It's there if you want it.
I got
It's there. That's over there, but this is an entirely new thing.
Yeah, I got it.
Like for example, like God of War, yes, it is technically a sequel, but none of the Greek stuff is following 4.
Yeah.
It's all Norse.
Gotcha.
Which is why when they said Ragnarok is coming, I'm still freaking out about that. That's so good. Like I did not expect that. They had one more thing, and I'm like, oh, is this gonna be the PlayStation Smash reveal? Because I heard that like rumor for a long time, and then nope, it's this.
Alright,
So
back
there's
to
that.
Fossil Fighters. That was a good one. I wish
That's
I
a
thought of-
good
I
one.
really wish I thought of
What,
that.
Fossil Fighter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Alright, so
it's
go
a
ahead.
great game. It would fit perfectly on the Switch. It's a Pokemon clone. It's for kids that now 20-year-olds will play. And you know,
Especially 1 and 2, like
oh,
Fighters and Champions. Are
I
like,
think we should just remake both of them
Yeah.
and put them on.
yeah.
Because I played the
Yes,
opening
they're
like
really
2
good.
hours of Frontier and it was horseshit.
It's bad. It's really bad.
And I was like, this is not Fossil Fight. I've never played 2, but I'm like, 1 is so great, just running around, you know, collecting dinosaurs, man. Fucking let the childhood you out and just beat the shit out of each other. Big ass fucking dinosaurs.
Big Yoshi.
And then
Big
big Yoshi. That's right. And you get a wind type dinosaur is your first dinosaur named Spinax, and if you could nickname him, it would be Big Yoshi. So yes, remake Fossil Fighters from the ground up. All new, bright graphics, no more angular DS things. Orchestrate the music or some shit.
I think you could very much do it in the style of how Spectrobe's Origins was.
What?
That was like Spectrobes, but like on the Wii.
What is
Wait, I thought we were on remasters.
No, we're on remake. We did remasters. You said remaster
Oh yeah.
Sky.
Then what did you say?
I said remaster Kid Icarus.
No,
Oh,
you
that
said
was the port.
no. You said
That was
remaster near.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
remaster
yeah.
near.
No,
What
no,
did you
I
say? Did
suspect-
you go?
No,
No.
he didn't. He jumped it to me.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm just trying to make a conversation. So I was saying, so Spectrobes was Disney's attempt at Pokemon,
I don't remember
and
that.
I liked the game.
Yeah, I played one on the DS.
Yeah, so they have one on the Wii, and they have like an excavation type of thing with fossils. I feel like you could kind of like sort of take like some of that aspect and maybe
So-
like make it more 3D and it'd be cool.
We should remake Fossil Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the T-Rex sooner.
No, I want to go last for this one. Neil, go.
Remake. Let's see. I want a remake of Tales of Xillia 1 and 2, because like they're PS3 games and they're even for PS3 games they're like really dated. Like characters like when they're like on the ground they like turn around like this. You know.
They like
It's
walk
like-
turn.
Yeah, like it's bad. Like it's you know, so I like I want a remake of that to make like it look better and all that.
Like you're already kind of like remaking quote unquote. You had like Vesperia and like Zestria.
Well, Vesperia came out before Xillia, but
But I was just saying.
But
like,
yeah.
We should remake Xillia next.
So I think that'd be.
oh,
cool.
that's you meant
So what I put down for my remake because I think it would be so much better in the HD graphics would be the Sky Trails in the Sky 1, 2, and 3 and Crossbell. Do more or less
Trails of
like
Cold Steel, the one you didn't know about before you got your PS3.
so essentially you would have like one be a collection and the other one be a collection, and either add orders or add like the S-Craft combos from Crossbell
yeah.
for Sky. Like just make it a good like more of a better combat system for it. Like, because you're remaking it. Like, I feel like you could do...
Well, they do want to remake it with, like, the new engine and stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll look better.
And I think, like, maybe giving that to another team would be really cool. However, we have talked many times of how then you have to slow down the production because they're not going to give it to another company.
Right, yeah. They don't have the money for that.
Because they don't have the money for that,
that.
which is sad.
Very sad.
And, but definitely those games I would like to see in the 3 style, not in maybe...
The new engine?
Yeah, in the new engine, not in 1 and 2 style.
Yeah, I even like 1 and 2 could use that the facelift.
I think it could,
Let's see 1 and 2, yeah.
but I think that these games needed a lot more.
I actually kind of disagree. Like, I don't think those older games like Crossbell and Sky like need like remakes. Only because like I think like that like the sprites have their own charm.
They
in my
have their
opinion.
own
Like, I kinda
charm,
like it the way
but
they
like
are.
you're making all of those characters
But no, I agree. I think there should be one
into the
I agree
HD, and and like especially Crossbell has everyone.
with that. Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
Crossbell is literally going to be in Hajimari, so like you literally could remake those games.
It's true because like they've already built up a bunch of assets in Crossbell. Like a lot of towns they make 3D.
Like you have pretty much
For
all of the
Hajimari.
bad guys. You have pretty like all of those assets. You have pretty much like most of the characters. You do
Yeah,
most
towns.
of the towns
Even they have NPCs too.
and all of the NPCs, all the playable characters. It's like all you need to do is pretty much just do the dialogue stuff, and you could do it.
Yeah, well, the dialogue's already there. They just
The dialogue and the animations
Right.
and whatnot.
all
And,
of the animation.
and I guess making the S-Craft combos in that remake if you're gonna do it,
and
unless
like
you're just
all
gonna
of
do
the
orders.
gameplay and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to do. It's still quite a bit, but
It would definitely be easier to do that than Sky, but I
Yeah.
think yes,
Sky-
does the sprite work? Does the sprite work? Yes, it has its own charm, but I think it'd be better. I think it'd be really good to port it over
yeah, I think it'd be cool.
because like those games are hindered by like some of the old features that they have.
Mm,
So and they could especially use, even if it wasn't the remaster, I think they could use the weaken enemies option.
You love that option.
Yeah, you.
I love that option. So good.
If we ever do play Cold Steel 3, like one of the Cold Steel games, remember how I said I'd play a Nightmare and you could play a normal?
No.
No, it's why?
I don't think you should.
I think it's fine, but especially if it's Cold Steel 3, then for sure.
Yeah.
But like, you just can't use the weakened enemies in retry. You have to just beat the enemy. I think that's fair. So I'm playing on 2 levels higher of a difficulty. You just can't
like
use
this how it
weakened
evens
enemies.
it out.
You just have to beat them on normal.
I feel like we should.
Are you kidding me? Mick Byrne
I
at
would
the
be
end
so-
of 2?
Bro, I'm fighting
You
him
can't
on
beat these
Nightmare.
games without weakening them.
No, he can't. Like, I mean, we watched him play, bro?
That's true.
Yeah.
You aren't good enough at this point.
No.
You didn't learn.
I think
No.
it's fair. I think that's totally fair. I think it'd be funny. 'Cause I'm playing on Nightmare, so you can play on normal.
I would have to learn how to actually play the game.
How unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Are you? It's your turn. No, you did your remake already,
Yeah.
right? What was your remake?
Tales of Gilead. I don't really have a reboot.
Would you like me to? We'll go this way so that way you could. So I'll go first. My reboot. It's Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I just think that whole story just needs to
Oh,
be
I got one.
scrapped. God, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't want to talk about Kingdom Hearts. I really want to talk about a franchise that I think just needs something new.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like,
Mafia.
yeah, the past few years of games have just been rough on the series.
Mafia?
Empire of Sin.
Yes. Yes. Other than Sonic Mania, but it's Sonic. I just think that
He has gotten a reboot. It didn't work. It was called Sonic 06.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
but it didn't even need a reboot at that point.
It got one.
It got one. What?
Whether it needed one then does not matter. It got one.
Because
Oh my
because
God.
my thought is
Sonic.
the Sonic Generations and Color Engine were perfect. Like the way those games were pretty much made were fine.
Yeah, and Team Sonic did not take that to
And
heart.
Team Sonic was just like, oh, you like classic Sonic and Generations? Well, here you go. And we got Colors. Yay, Color! I mean, not Colors.
I was gonna say you were just praising Color.
Forces.
Forces.
Yay, Forces!
I mean, Forces is just Sonic Generations 2, but worse. Just like how...
Incredible. They're not on the same.
No.
they have the same dimension
I mean,
as-
granted, they could say at
Generations
least...
is amazing.
The only thing I need to say is at least they know their franchise, because then you could create your own character. Because if you
Should
look
port
up
that.
your name and the Hedgehog, you'll find it.
OC the Hedgehog. I actually... Generations is the only Sonic game I've beaten.
Same.
Fair.
Well, I've also beaten Colors.
Fair.
I didn't beat
I
Colors.
think that,
I
like...
almost beat Adventure 2.
But the thing is, like, people had mass love for the adventure games. I mean, granted, you destroyed, like, those types of games when you made Sonic Adventure 3, which was the reboot.
Sonic
God.
06.
But, like, you could at least just go back to how Unleashed was, because, like, the day stages were fine in on itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they just had to fuck it up somehow.
They just had
Couldn't
to,
just
right.
make a Sonic
The game
game.
couldn't just be the day stage.
I feel like
It had
I'm
to
like,
be-
do you guys have to feel like you're special? Just
Like-
leave it alone.
You're already
Your series
special.
is in the shit.
Yeah. Like,
Because
enough with the gimmicks.
Because I'm different. I like the Werehog stages, but I also like regular platforming. But they also fucked up the regular platforming.
Yeah.
I will give it that, because some of it's wonky as fuck. Especially for the 360 era, for a game made for the 360. But I think that all you need is just go back to that. You don't need Sonic. You don't need an OC. You don't need classic Sonic. We don't need to go back there. Like, please get that team that worked on Mania. Please get them to work on more 2D Sonic games. Like, have those 2D Sonic games, like, have them still there and have their own canon, but also have the 3D games where they're like Unleashed or Colors, or maybe you go back to Adventure every now and again, like that type of style. But don't have it be like, I don't know how to word it. Have it be like
Don't have like a gimmick.
yeah, you don't need a gimmick. You don't need. People liked the games the way they were.
Team Sonic does not understand that
They
concept.
don't. I
Like,
don't
people
get
liked
it.
the adventure style. People liked the Unleashed Colors style day stages. I know I'm one of the many few that sort of like the Unleashed part.
You know what I think happened with Generations? I truly think their gimmick was, oh, well, new and old Sonic.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but the thing is, like, they got lucky and only adapted the new Sonic that people liked.
Right. The other thing is too is that like why don't they wait until like the games start, people start hating the games, and then like, or like they're selling horribly, then try to change it up. But if it's going perfectly fine, why do you feel the need to just be like, no, something else? It's like I don't get it. I don't
Like, cause then we get
keeps
games
fun.
like Lost World or
Boom.
Boom.
Or Forces, or
Forces.
everything except Mania, basically.
By some
Sonic 4, for
Oh,
God's
yeah.
sake.
Yeah,
that
I
was
forgot about those
awful.
games.
Everyone forgets about Sonic. You know why Mania is good? Because Team Sonic doesn't make it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think some Call Me Johnny said, he goes, if only fans with as much dedication as Team Mania has came for, like, 3D Sonic games, you probably actually get a good 3D Sonic game, and then everyone would go, oh, right, Sonic's good. I forgot.
Because the Sonic, fan game, fan base, fan base, I guess is what you would call it, or is actually really popular. Like, people make fan games, like, all the
That's
time.
the only way they're gonna get a game in their series they like.
Yeah.
It's true.
Do it
and it's
yourself.
just like, yeah, you could do it in, like, the Sonic, like, Unreal Engine that they have, but at the end of the day, those games are never finished. They always come out with, like, one level, and they're done.
Yeah, because making a game is very hard.
And you have to create a lot of money, so if you put that behind it, like, because Sonic isn't, like, the franchise anymore, because Sega has so many other games. They own Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
Joker has become more of a icon for them at
He's
some
in
point.
Forces. You can wear his mask
Yeah.
and his suit.
Because they know.
Like, not only that, but, like, you also have Yakuza. If you didn't fuck up Shenmue, you would have had that. Just saying.
I feel like fucking things up, though, is like Sega's, like, forte.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
is.
wait, I forgot Yakuza.
Except their I think it was their Genesis, like, console apparently was really good. So, I'm just saying, like, I think that, like, if you actually could put it into form, a reboot for those would be really good.
I want a full-on sequel to 06.
Jack, you and me both, buddy.
Plot,
No,
everything.
no.
Same writers,
The
same dev team. Let's go.
Breaking that game is so
Can
fun.
lightning strike twice?
And I want to let you guys go before I mention another game I just thought of that I would like to get rebooted.
Okay.
Okay.
Neil, do you want to go first or me?
You can go.
You
All
go.
right,
'Cause
take-
did you think of
I
anything?
did, but when he asked me, like, it just
Okay.
out of my head.
There
I was
you
like,
are.
Wait, what was it?
What is
again? Oh, I remembered it. Okay, but just go.
All right. I think we should reboot Last of Us.
Oh,
Kind of feel like
yeah. For
I kind of feel like that's when, like you win the race, and as you're celebrating, and
Do you
go to
care
do
about rumors for the next one?
No.
I heard it's gonna follow. I heard it might follow Appy,
Who? Oh,
the bitch that killed
Oh, yeah.
Joel.
Probably the most tone deaf decision they could have.
Like, it's gonna follow her and the other dude that, like, run or whatever.
but like I feel like Last of Us 1 is
And
like
but it's
when-
gonna be like how they have, like, Miles Morales and not, like, the full on next.
Oh, gotcha.
Probably.
So I feel like Last of Us 1 is like when you run past the victory line in like a relay race, you like throw your arms up as you go to do your victory lap, you fucking fall and knock all your teeth out, and that's Last of Us 2.
That's
because-
awful.
Just no one likes it. I
mean, there are people who like.
yeah, there are people who like it, but like the
Like,
game's
like-
got such...
Yeah, but those are the same people that liked Death Stranding. Let's be real.
That's true. They're like
It's
it got
actually
such like a
pretty
bad
good.
rap, and like it is a really good first game. Like I know people shit
By the
on
way,
first
games
game.
that should be rebooted: Death Stranding.
But
Make it a different game. Forget the.
well, like I don't know, the first game was like so good, and it's not just about killing Joel. I remember that's what all the people were saying. You're just mad because Joel dies. No, we all kind of expected him to fucking die.
Yeah.
He's old. It's a zombie apocalypse. The old people usually die.
I think it
Like
comes,
we all kind of knew this was gonna be Ellie's series.
but I feel like it was a bit rushed. I feel like what you could have done with it was you could have, like, spaced it out and maybe, like, show that their relationship was gonna get better, and then at the end of that game, kill Joel.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like
And also build up Abby as this villain.
he also literally is killed for shock value.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the game, it's like, oh, your villain is, she's redeemable. Yet the whole time, you have been shown time and time again they aren't, because now it's and I saw one YouTuber, as a Cosmonaut, he's like, let me put it to you this way, and he spun it around where Ellie was the bad guy and Abby is the good guy. I said, alright, let me put it to you this way. There's this princess that always stays in her castle, and no one ever lets her out, and she has no kind of life, and this dragon turtle thing takes her away to start a new life. This Italian plumber keeps beating him and throwing him in lava, beating up his kids and family, and taking her back.
Exactly.
Sounds fucking stupid, right? There's no reason why Bowser's the good guy.
Right.
But also, Last of Us 1 made a great point to say Joel is not the good guy for killing the people who were gonna sacrifice Ellie for a cure.
So he should have, and he should have died.
But that was the game's very clear statement, is that Joel does not care about being a good guy. He would sacrifice the entire world for his daughter because he can't lose another one. And this game could have this really good back and forth, but instead we just totally skip over Joel and Ellie's hatred towards each other. We're just told Ellie does not like talking to him anymore. He dies. Then we get a flashback of why she doesn't like talking to him anymore. But it's already dramatic irony. That should have been something it's set up as dramatic irony.
That should have been the beginning
of
of the game. That should have been the beginning cutscene, I think.
It should have been the middle point, because that ending scene sets up this future conflict where Ellie's like, swear to me that you told me the truth. And the look in her eyes, she knows Joel just lied right to her face. But she has to accept it, because what else is she going to do? Say, no, I know you're lying, because she has nothing to go on. But in her heart, she knows he's lying. Yeah. But when she finally gets proof, that's when it all snaps, because there's that little voice in her head it's a big voice saying, he lied to you, who lied to you? He sacrificed the whole world for you. But then there's a little voice in her head that says, what if he didn't, though? This is your dad. This is all you have in the world. This is your only family besides the friends you make.
Yeah.
And a good midpoint would have been hating Joel, or maybe even where Joel dies in the game, Ellie figures out and hates it. And then at the end of the game, just when you think they're about to make amends, he dies.
Yeah.
I think that would have been good at the end of the game.
The way he dies is stupid too, because like, you know from the first game that he's like not
super careful.
Yeah, he doesn't just randomly trust people. But this guy with like 11 other dudes that
he's
doesn't
I'm
know,
Joel, and then his brother's like, oh, our camp's over that mountain.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, that's not what Joel is like.
Unless, not
like,
at all.
If the game went out of its way to be like, hey, like Joel has softened.
He's been like de-jaded.
Yeah, because of all over such
and then in turn it could have jaded Ellie, because she had been like, oh, Joel was getting softer. That must mean the world is okay. He's my father figure. And then her father figure dies.
Yeah.
And that, like, there's a great scene where she beats someone to death. There's a great scene, and it's like, it's kind of like what they did to Joel. Isn't that fucked up? It's like, no, that should be like in the third game. And like, yeah, you could still play the whole, is Ellie even in the right here? But then the game should have went way out of its way to be like, no, it's not about who's right. There is no right or wrong in this world. It is about your actions and how other people perceive it.
But instead it became a revenge story.
It became a right-wrong revenge story.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that the game, they could have fleshed it out into 2 games, but they rushed it. And I think the writing team rushed it. Because what people loved about that game was that story.
It also doesn't help that you're supposed to see Ellie as this, like, flawed and, like, bad good guy. Yet there's a part in the game where she saves Joel, you know, she takes care of him. She gets kidnapped by cannibals, and, like, you know, you almost get worried. The guy, when she fucking kills him, is, like, on top of her. And, like, granted, you don't know if he's gonna do that thing, but, you know, you're horrified. This poor 13-year-old girl, and you see her... What's up, Mr. Ackman? This character in a relation to this guy, and then they're like, no, you shouldn't love them because he's bad. It's like, I know he's bad. Like, I played as him.
Yeah.
Fair.
Anyway, reboot Last of Us.
What's yours?
Alright, there's a series called Star Ocean. Which is kind of like,
fair, yeah. I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like actually it's kind of similar to Tales of games, and like it has trouble. The first 2 are loved. Third one is like, okay, it's pretty good, and then everything after 4 is not good. So it's like,
so 4 and after?
Because it has a really cool concept. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, the human race has like moved into like interstellar, because they lost Earth for some reason, and then because I haven't played all the games, but like, so it's like going from planet to planet. Like, that's so pretty cool. It's just like, none of them are that good. So yeah, that would be cool.
Good concept, bad execution.
Yeah.
And the game I was going to say was Pokemon. I think it could use not as soft of a reboot as Black and White was, But I think that returning more of the form, maybe going back to sprite work, like HD sprite work, would be really cool. I think that, and I just think because if you really I thought about it, and I talked to a friend of mine on Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, I don't remember. It was earlier this week, and I said, people did like the sprite work, and if you're cutting out Pokemon because you want to create better games, why not just go back to sprite work where you can have all of them?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by a soft reboot, because it's not cutting out any mods, it's bringing them back. It is literally bringing back what I thought I loved about Pokemon, which was the 2D sprite work, the good stories. I don't want to have to deal with a villain that I know from the start is the villain, but plot twist, they're the villain. They're always they're the good guy, and then they're the villain. Chairman Rose, first time I saw him, villain. Lusamine, you're revealed that 5 months before Korokoro.
How do you reveal something before Korokoro magazine does?
No, Korokoro revealed it. It was just here's Lusamine. Oh my god, who could she be?
Well,
is she a bad guy? And it's just
they also really didn't hide the Aether Foundation. They were oh, this new organization's I'm not going to take Team Skull seriously.
They literally revealed everything about Sun and Moon, and then in Sword and Shield, it's still not. It's better, but it's not as good as it should be.
Well, I think Sword and Shield's story is dog shit.
Oh yeah,
it's bad. The chairman is the worst villain the series has ever had. Yeah. He's horrendous.
Because what does he want at the end of the day?
Because he wants to save the world from a problem in 1,000 years, but he wants to do it right now.
Yeah, that's so bad. It's they didn't plan on a villain. They're shit, we don't have villains.
They were fuck.
Dude,
we were too distracted with Team Yell. They're the joke team. I don't know why they need to have a joke team now.
What did people like Guzma, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, did Team Skull leave that much of an impact? I know their song is good, but
I love Guzma's theme. I think it's really good.
Guzma is a cool character, but
I
thought that was an interesting concept, a gang of hoodlums, but that doesn't need to be.
And people and the thing is people love the fan games Insurgents or Uranium. I can't name anymore. They're also the ROM hacks. Ash Gray.
I used to watch Triple Me Timbers play that game in 2009.
Yeah. So I just think maybe putting it back to form, even if it is just HD 2D sprites, 2D HD sprites, and or even if it is just all right, we know we fucked up, so we're just gonna do better, and they're helped by Nintendo because they have a stock in it, and that game would sell like hotcakes.
I mean, it's a Pokemon game.
Because A, it's Pokemon, and B, the people that left Pokemon or it's it's a bit more matured. Maybe add a challenge difficulty to it would be really nice. Get some more hardcore people back into it, or the people that grew up and didn't follow Pokemon and were just Gen 1 and 2, and they're just all right, that's actually kind of cool. It might be hard, piques my interest, and that's it. So if you guys have enjoyed, leave a like.